Hello and welcome to the latest beef and lamb market update from HDB Market Intelligence. Today we'll be taking a look at how prices, production and trade have moved over the last few weeks and remind you of how you can keep up to date with the latest analysis on the market impacts of coronavirus. Beef and lamb markets have generally been positive over the last few weeks, despite the consistent poor weather and looming uncertainty over the coronavirus outbreak. While the deadweight prime cattle price remains suppressed compared to previous years, it has been creeping upwards over the last few weeks and closing the gap on last year's price. Cull cow prices have remained elevated from 2019 and the 5-year average, and have been rising over the last few weeks in line with seasonal trends. Looking at production, the UK produced 74.9 thousand tonnes of beef in February, up 1.5% from February last year. This is mostly a consequence of heavier carcass weights, as estimated prime slaughter is running at around the same levels as last year. Prime carcass weights averaged over 350 kilos in February, 2.5 kilos heavier than a year ago. This is potentially due to growth rates being supported by better quality forage made last year, and milder weather over the winter just gone. From a trade point of view, UK exports of fresh and frozen beef continued strongly into the new year, with January shipments up 19% on the same month last year. Imports of fresh and frozen beef continued to fall in January, with volumes down 14% year on year. Moving on to lamb, live weight prices have stayed strong since the last update and have been running nearly 50p a kilo higher than the same time last year. Auction market reports suggest that demand has been strong of late and trade competitive as a result. Deadweight prices have also continued their positive streak from February into March, and have been running at around £1 above last year's price and the 5-year average. Estimated slaughterings were down on last year throughout February and into March, and this has had a knock-on effect on production totals. In February 2020, UK sheep meat production was 19.9 thousand tonnes, down 2,000 tonnes on the year. This has also been influenced by slightly lighter lamb carcass weights in February, potentially due to wet weather and poor pasture conditions over winter. Looking at trade, UK exports of fresh and frozen lamb in January were 9% higher than January 2019, while imports fell by 17%. There have been concerns of late that New Zealand sheep meat originally destined for China might be diverted towards Europe due to China's coronavirus situation. However, reports from New Zealand have confirmed that so far, product has mainly been heading to the Middle East. Other reports have suggested that although there are still logistical difficulties at Chinese ports, products are now starting to move again. With regards to the market effects of coronavirus, it remains a very fluid situation. You can keep up to date by checking our dedicated coronavirus page on our website, and also our beef and lamb market analysis pages. You can also sign up to our Cattle and Sheep weekly newsletter email for the latest information, and you can submit any questions to our team via our email address redmeat.mi@hdb.org.uk.